Hey y'all, welcome back to Miss Bree Reads. I'm Miss Bree, and this week we have a new story. The author writes the story, the illustrator draws the picture. We got the front, we got the back, we got the spine, ah. The title of the story is Brontorina. Written by James Howe, illustrated by Randy Cecil. Brontorina. Written by James Howe, illustrated by Randy Cecil. Brontorina had a dream. I want to dance. But you are a dinosaur, Madame Lucille pointed out. True, Brontorina replied, but in my heart, I am a ballerina. She's too big, and she doesn't have the right shoes. Madame Lucille wondered what to do. She had never had a dinosaur as a student before. Dinosaurs were rather large, and this one certainly did not have the right shoes. But then she felt Clara and Jack tugging at her skirt. Oh, please, they pleaded. Madame Lucille looked into the dinosaur's eyes. What is your name, my dear? Brontorina. Brontorina, a patosaurus. I even sound like a dancer. Don't you agree? Madame Lucille did agree. How could she not? Welcome to Madame Lucille's Dance Academy for girls and boys, she said. Please try not to squash the other dancers. Music, Magnolia, she commanded the piano player. As Magnolia began to play, Madame Lucille turned her commands to her students. Plie, releve, uh-oh, arabesque, jeté. What a graceful dancer you are, my dear, Madame Lucille exclaimed. Brontorina blushed. On the outside, I am a dinosaur, but in my heart, you are a ballerina, cried Clara and Jack. She still doesn't have the right shoes. In the weeks that followed, look out! Help! Hey, watch your tail! The piano! Oh, Brontorina, cried Madame Lucille, I'm afraid you are too big to be a ballerina. You barely fit in my studio. And how in the world will a male dancer ever lift you over his head? I could do it, Jack shouted. No, my dear, said Madame Lucille with a sigh. You could not. I told you she was too big. A tear fell from Brontorina's eye. Downcast, she turned to leave. Wait! Clara called out. Don't go! My mother has been working on a surprise for you all week, Brontorina. She is bringing it today. Whatever are you talking about? Madame Lucille asked Clara. Just then, Clara's mother appeared at the door. You must be Brontorina, she said, holding out the surprise. I hope these will fit. Well, now she has the right shoes. Brontorina beamed. They fit perfectly, she cried. I am a ballerina. Or I would be, if only I weren't so big. Oh, fiddlesticks, said Madame Lucille. Why didn't I see it before? The problem is not that you are too big. The problem is that my studio is too small. And so the whole class went off to look for a studio big enough to hold all of Brontorina's talent. Too small? Too small. Still too small? Still too small. I have an idea. Moo. Now Madame Lucille's Dance Academy had room for everyone. I want to dance. Then you must, my dear. And it all began with a dream. The end. And that's the end of our story, my little bookworms. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you enjoyed reading Brontorina with me, check out the link in the description and we can read it together. Remember, reading is a magical adventure that could take you anywhere you want to go. So keep reading and exploring new worlds. Until next time, farewell, my friends. Subscribe and like. Comment what book you'd like to hear next.
Miss Bree reads! Miss Bree reads! Miss Bree reads!
Stay curious and spread the joy.